The Warriors coming into the arena earlier. They know a hostile crowd's waiting for them, and it looks like they'll be ready for it. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. With Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us as well. Now Golden State's starting five. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Draymond Green is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Moody in at the three. And for the Hawks, we've got Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. Then there's Rizachet. And Gay is in at the four. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
And it's the Hawks to start out. Curry against Young. Passes it to Daniels. Here's Gay. Pass to Rizachet. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Daniels. The Warriors pull it in. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
Stan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? We want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best of them.
Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against the Charlotte Hornets. And the basket by Curry.
Well, you got to love the finger roll. Always looks so smooth.
Hawks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Back to Young. Floats one, and the layup is up and in.
Yeah, he is so good with that floater. Trae Young showing off the touch right there.
Curry against Young. Curry, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Daniels with it. Now Green defending. Daniels kicks to Young. Hits the three-point bomb. Young's got 5.
Well, Young's got the green light off the catch there and everywhere else.
Young against Curry. Okongwu grabs the board.
How'd that move work out? The important part is to get the ball in the basket, not to make the highlight reel. Come on.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, he's a terrific distributor. When you leave someone open on Young's team, he's going to find them.
Driving to the basket, and that one is good.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Pass to Gay. And here's Young, guarded by Curry. And Young kicks to Daniels. Now Rizachet, defended by Moody. Clock is at 3. Pulls it up. And it's Rizachet missing.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there. Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. We discussed Steph Curry, of course, and what he advised his team to do against him. Coach said, I told our guys that we have to be right up on him, to fight over screens and not allow him to feel comfortable out there. A huge task for any defense, and we'll see if this one is up to the challenge. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now here's Butler. In the game against Toronto. Very impressive. Great look, but off the mark.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Rizichet, defended by Moody. Here's Daniels. Over to the wing. Rizichet wide open. Misses the three.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Curry. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And how about when Curry gets fancy with it? His confidence is what allows him to pull off these moves.
1:37 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Young. Bucket is good. Young's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Curry. Rebounded by the Hawks. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
1:11 left to play in the first quarter. It's stolen by Kuminga. Here's Jackson Davis. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And that one falls for Jackson Davis. The Hawks leading. Krejci passes to LeVert. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Krejci. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night.
And the D does just enough to throw off this rhythm on that shot. Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. High post Young. Curry meets him. Young's shot is off.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
To the middle. Shot and game clock separated by 5. So they take the lead. 7 points in the game.
Well, he saw the defense and was able to use the rim to protect his shot with the reverse.
Here's Young. He had 31 points in the win against Charlotte. Now the pass to LeVert. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Warriors lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I like how they're going right at the defense, creating high-quality looks with that penetration.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint something coaches always love to see.
Niang out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Terrence Mann. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the point guard. So that's the Hawks 5.
Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. The Warriors leading. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Following the 3 by Atlanta. Here's Hield. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And so it's Capella with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Pass to Niang. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. One is on Hield. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think, number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And here's LeVert after the 3-pointer from Stephen Curry. Pass to Gay. 6 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Pass to Curry. For 3. Gay with the rebound. The Hawks trailing. There's the pass to LeVert. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now, here's Moody. LeVert defending. The focus from Curry. Gets it to fall inside.
Great work inside by Curry there. So clever and composed in the paint.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There can be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim. What I appreciate most about Green is his leadership. Strong vocally on and off the floor. And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Reza Shea is coming in for Mann. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for LeVert.
And hadn't had great success at the line, but Green certainly works on his game from there.
Daniels kicks to Okongwu. Back to Daniels. Pass to Gay. And here's Daniels. Over Moody. Daniels, no good. Warriors leading by 5. With his first shot attempt. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Matthews with it. Now Payton defending. Matthews against Payton. Here's Daniels. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Curry kicks to Butler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. When it comes to players who like having fun, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Atlanta making a switch here. Young's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Looney's checked in. Pass to Gay. Now here's Okongwu. D right on him. Young outside. Shoots over Curry. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Young.
Well, obviously, Young's a polished jump shooter, and there aren't many that he'll turn down.
Here's Curry. Curry crashes inside.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances, really using his head.
1:07 left in the first half. Young against Curry. Now Reza Shea. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Charlotte.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Now here's Butler. Out to Payton. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
Well, with all eyes on Butler, guys get open because of his ability to score the ball.
Reza Shea with it. Payton's there. And it's Reza Shea missing. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A nice shot by Moody.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
Okongwu kicks to Daniels. And he lobs it up toward the rim. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Curry fires from way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, they came at you offensively. So what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. You know, they're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up as we go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. It was a return to form for him tonight after struggling in their last out. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
They're running the offense beautifully this one, working for good looks. Their confidence looks sky high. It's going to be hard for that defense to disrupt their flow.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
What I'd like to see them do is push the action a little bit. We talk about getting your points within the flow, but sometimes you got to go outside, up the flow, force it a little bit, take some tough shots, draw some contact, and manufacture points.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Warriors leading by 10. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Podziemski out there with Hield. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Kevon Looney. And it's Kuminga in at the 3 spot. So it's the Hawks now. After the miss from Buddy Hield. Young pass to Daniels. Warriors with the rebound. Butler on the wing. In the paint, Butler.
From anywhere on the floor, Butler's a threat. And the more points he gets inside, the more dangerous he becomes on the perimeter.
Riza with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Young. Okongwu down low. Defended by Looney. That's good, and the Warrior lead is kicked down to 9 in the bucket from Daniels.
The Aussie Daniels finding his stroke from 3.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. And a quick look at how Atlanta's schedule shaping up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Back to Hield. Golden State moving it around. Butler kicks to Hield. To the right side. Lets it go from deep. Kuminga, no good. The Hawks trail by 9. Over to the left wing. Tipped away. It's stolen by Hield. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Hey, Stan, we've heard talk about players not heaving up a shot at the buzzer to protect their shooting percentage. Have you run into that at all?
Oh, Kevin, that definitely happens. Players are concerned about all of those numbers, shooting percentages being one of them, because they become a factor in contract negotiations. But they have to realize, number one, you've got to do what gives your team a chance to win. And number two, with all the analytics, teams separate out what they call heaves at the end of quarters.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Now, here's Curry. 13 points in the game. Looney with the bucket.
Well, you want to stop Steph in the two-man game. He's so smart. He'll get others involved.
The Hawks trail by 11. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
George Niang, he's checked in for the Hawks. Yep, it counts.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Krejci passes to man. Niang with the ball. Pass to Krejci. Shot clock at 6. Back to Niang. Yep, that one goes. Niang's got his first points of the night. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Krejci. Still scoreless.
2 minutes remaining.
Niang kicks to Capella. They get a hand on it. Butler with the steal. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun. You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. Now, man, 5 points in the game. Dishes it to Capella. Niang with the ball. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Butler. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Butler's got 6 points in the quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
LeVert the pass to Niang. Fires from deep. Warriors with the rebound. Looney's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Heel kicks to Curry. Stolen by LeVert. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Mann. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. And the Warriors making a change here. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Curry. Here's Niang. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Warriors leading by 15. Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Clever move by Curry, taking the foul, but still getting the shot off.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And he makes both free throws.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
Young passes to Niang. Three-pointer. Podziemski grabs the board. Here's Jackson Davis. Buries it down low. Jackson Davis has got 9 points.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Defense has been fantastic. Great defense. Offense, simple passes will get it done, right? You guys look great, though. Keep the pressure on.
Paying his guys respect they deserve. Likes what he sees. I like that message.
And Kevin, it's so important to praise your guys when they're playing well. Coach understands how critical it is to recognize good effort.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Okongwu is out there with George Niang. Then it's Trae Young. Then there's Reza Shea. And it's Daniels and it's shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is getting steals, and that can be attributed to their tenacious style defensively.
Well, if you're free in the pick and roll, Young will find you.
And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pros?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
Here's Rizachet. Warriors with the rebound.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And Curry has it in the corner. Pass to Jackson Davis. 5 to shoot. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Hawks trail by 18. Passes to Okongwu. Over Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
His first, team first. At the line for Atlanta, Onyeka Okongwu. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Hawks making a change here. Krejci's checked in. Both free throws good from Okongwu. Warriors leading by 16. Here's Curry. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
And how about mixing it up inside there? Steph, still a threat. That nimbleness he has helps him to get that shot off.
The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Young passes to Krejci. Back to Young. Here's Niang. The Hawks again can't hit. Warriors have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Here's Podziemski. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
So it's Atlanta now. The Warriors making the shot. Young's shot is good.
Well, look, because of his shooting ability, you have to get up on Young. But then that makes it even easier for him to blow by you.
Now here's Curry from the arc. A nice shot by Moody. And the Warriors lead by 21.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And the basket by Krejci.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Stephen Curry.
He's got to be thrilled with how well he shot the ball, Kevin.
Good on almost 60% of his shots. That's what I call an efficient performance. And a team loves having someone that dependable they can rely on.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Podziemski with it. He's covered by Daniels. Now here's Curry. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And here's Young. Okongwu kicks to Niang.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Some solid defense from Butler. Warriors leading by 20. Sinks that one from the post. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And it's been this way all night. When Steph gets going, amazing things can happen.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 22. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Matthews passes to Mann. 1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Trying to find Capella, gets it to him.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeeds.
And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Stephen Curry.
Well, what an unselfish display from him tonight. Sharing the ball, creating for others, just beautiful basketball.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Green, the pass to Curry. And it's in there.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Here's Krejci following the basket by Stephen Curry. Pass to Gay. Butler with the steal. A floater. That's tipped. Now, man. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. When you look at the stat sheet and why things work tonight, what are you looking at the most?
Turnovers. That's the key to the game. Look at turnovers and how many free throws they shot. If they weren't able to set their defense, we didn't turn the ball over, we were able to set ours. Those are the 2 things I look at.
Certainly sounds like the foundation to victory, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Thank you for that, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.